friends, a Star Thrifter, and I got a thrift haul to share with you today. Got some really great items. These are some items that are either new with tags or a little bit nicer brand, to where you would be making a little bit more money. If you've not watched any of my other videos before, I sell on eBay and I also sell on Poshmark both, and we'll get right on to it. Let's see, we got some, I'll put my glasses on that way I can see the material tags a little bit easier. This first one is a Bryony, and this is a men's shirt, and this used to be a really great brand. Now, some of these have went down a little bit in price. I will have to check comps, but this still was a really great find. I bought this at a church sale, and I didn't have to pay very much at all. And that's the tag there if you're not familiar with it. And this is a really nice, men's brand. Hopefully that's fuzz. Oh, there's a little spot on the rear. I'll have to try to get that out. I just seen that. I'll have to try to get that out before I list it. But this was always a really great brand. Like I said, I have to do comps because there's a couple of the higher end men's brands that kind of went down in price. And I can't remember if that was one of them or not. This here is another men's item. And this is, I won't pronounce this correctly at all. It's Giglu Zigna. I always just call them Zigna because I can't pronounce the first word. Anyways, these are made in Italy, and this was one of the other high brands. It's one of these that kind of went down in price, and it might have been this one, but this still is a really great find. This actually is a wool blend, and it's a little, it's a, kind of a thinner men's sweater, and this is what the tag looks like. And I'll have to do comps on this too, but I also got this at the church sale. Some of this is from the church sale. Some of this has been thrifting. Most of the time when I thrift, I try to wait for like the dollar tag sales or just sales, in general. Like on Wednesdays, I get 25% off for senior citizen. And there's always a lot of times like a half off color for the week, too. Sometimes I'll pay the full price at their, at the thrift store. It just depends on the piece. This is a Madewell, and I got this half off, and I got a lot of Madewell listed. How you doing on Madewell? Write in the comments. I think it kind of gets to be an over-flooded market a little bit, it seems like, but I do list this both on eBay and Poshmark. You don't get a ton for it, but some pieces can sell for quite a little bit, but I got a lot of it sitting. I got to really start, doing a little bit more comps, but since I got this for $1, I went ahead and got it. It's just a little Madewell. This might have linen in it. That's what I was, wanted to check. And because, oh, no, it's cotton. And one thing great about Madewell, it's like J. Crew, because I think it is an extension off J. Crew, is they'll have a style tag, number there. It'll say style and then a number and then the year there. But you can Google that and get keywords, for your listings. Don't use stock photos on eBay. I know everybody, does on Poshmark, use your own discretion, but on eBay, and I know there's a lot of other sellers that are using it, but they'll eventually, get, in trouble for that, and eventually you could get your account shut down. You're not supposed to use stock photos, meaning if you don't know what a stock photo is, that would be one that you would find when you Google it, and if it's from like Madewell, like their original photos for the product, and I don't use other people's photos either. I just think that that's not a really great idea. But, not telling you what to do, but just giving you some advice there. This is a Lauren Ralph Lauren, and I picked this up because anytime when it's a little bit bigger logo, they sell, and this is a t-shirt. I went ahead and got that. And, just Lauren Ralph Lauren. And Lauren Ralph Lauren, some pieces can sell for quite a little bit. I just had a long sleeve with the big crust, on it for Lauren Ralph Lauren, and I think it sold for $29. If you find the blazers, they can sell for quite a little bit, and especially if they're equestrian blazers, where they have, a lot of times they'll have a different color collar, sometimes so they're a little longer, those can sell for quite a little bit. I haven't checked them lately, but they were. I think this is another Madewell piece. If you like and could subscribe, I got a lot of other videos up on a bunch of topics. I will be doing one too this week in regards to the Posh going live, and then also in regards to like group share, how to share your whole closet bulk. But and I also had one about being in Poshmark jail, which is crazy because I've not ever been in any kind of jail, whether, not even Facebook jail. But anyhow, you can check out the video if you'd like. This is a made while small, but it was really cute, and it's really hard for me to pass it up. Do you have brands like that it's not selling as great, but you still pick them up anyways? You really shouldn't do that. This is cotton. This is an older piece too. It's from summer of 2015, and I heard that maybe especially with J. Crew and probably with the Madewell too, you maybe should look for just like the last few years, as far as style, because of the styles and stuff. This here, was this brand new with tags? No, but I did get this. Okay, if you watched one of my other videos before, I talk about soft surroundings. And some of the other resellers that I listen to their videos, they say soft surroundings is like one of their staple brands. I have a ton, and I mean a ton of it listed on Poshmark and also eBay, and it just sits. And it used to be a really great seller. But I think what it is maybe I was pricing a little bit high, and I've been starting to price it a little bit lower, but it's still sitting a lot. I don't know. Write in the comments how it does for you. But this was a really nice piece. I went ahead and got it. It's kind of like a long tunic, and it has I guess it doesn't have pockets. It just looked like it, but it's a sweater. And I did hear that maybe the larger sizes you should kind of focus more on. This one, for some reason, I have no idea how come. It looks like the size tag was removed there. I didn't notice it when I purchased it, but I don't know if they repeated on the material tag. Oh, awesome. It looks like they took the material tag out too, which that's not cool because that would have had the style number. I will still list it. I'll have to do some measuring. That's a bummer, and I wouldn't have paid up for that. A question might be, do the items still sell? Yeah, they do. They still sell, even if they don't have size tag, but maybe for not as much or as easily. I rarely pick up blazers, but this was a very nice tweed blazer in a Lafayette 148. This is a higher end brand. I don't know how great it is selling. I know that the pieces I've had didn't sell real fast, but they did sell, and it is a higher end brand. But it was a really nice, because it was tweed, I went ahead and picked it up. Otherwise, I don't pick up hardly any blazers. And I personally love blazers. I wear them. I really like them. And I know some of the blazers were trending, I think more of the oversized and things, or maybe the crop this year. But I don't know. I just don't find that blazers or skirts are two of the hardest categories to sell. This was the free, and it's new with tags. And you'd be thinking, oh, total score, because it's new with tags. I've had some that was new with tags, and it was still hard to sell them. But they did sell. I do pick up Free People in We the Free, even when it's used, though. But this is nice. It is short sleeve, but it's almost like a thermal. It's kind of got like a thermal material to it. The suggested retail price on it was $78. It is kind of pricey. But you think, oh man, maybe you can get 50. Probably more like 30, 40. But you got to remember too that the stores, they run sales too. And even that when the stuff is new with tags, sometimes, they'll run sales and they sell it cheaper than the manufacturer suggested retail price in most brands. This was cool. Now, some people say they do really great with Athleta. My stuff kind of sits. Maybe it's a piece I pick up, but this I really liked. It's a burnout hoodie pullover. Burnout is that real thin material, but it's Athleta. I thought this was a really cool piece. That was worth picking up. This was a cool piece. I had a dress, this is a Free People. I had a dress like this last week, and it was really cool. It was beautiful. It was like an off-white. It was heavily like layered like this, with just like, it was actually Free People Beach. And there was like a little snag, a string or something, and I went ahead and cut it, create a hole. I was really bummed. Couldn't list it. I had to throw it away, and I even thought about fixing it, but it was too big for me to wear. And I was like, oh. Anyhow, this is a Free People, and I did pick this up because isn't this beautiful? I thought that I will be using keywords. Obviously, boho, maybe hippie festival, but also maybe elegant because it is really pretty. But that's the little free people thing there. And you got to watch it if you're new to reselling. There's another brand that has a little gold, metal tag like that, and it looks just about like it, but it's Poof, Poff. That now. I don't sell that brand, but just to let you know, in case you are new to reselling, this I think is a Torrid. Torrid's really great if you're not familiar. Torrid is a plus size, and they have sizes like zero, I think maybe double zero, but they got 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And a Torrid one would be like a 1X. But if you're unsure, because like when I always don't know about the 0, 0, and the 0, all you have to do is Google Torrid size chart, and then it will tell you. I think like the double zero or the 0 is like a 14, 16 large or something like that. But anyhow, that's what their tags look like, and they do sell. This is really cute. Torrid, I pick up a lot of Torrid, and I do sell Torrid. However, I will mention, I've mentioned this before, because they also have a style number. It's a real long number. It's got like 8 numbers or something. It's really long. That's the number you want to use. It's usually on the material tag or on the rear side of it or under it. When you Google it and you go to Torrid's site, they have some big time sales, like half off or more. And some of the stuff doesn't sell for a ton brand new, but some does. It depends on the style. But Torrid, anywhere from 15 maybe to 25. I list this on both eBay and Poshmark. Now, I sell a lot of plus size clothing. I list a lot. And I find that it sells easier on eBay, but maybe I just don't list as many of the plus size pieces on Poshmark. But I know that, there's some market there for it. But anyhow, I just don't know how much. This is a Levi's, and I bought this because this is brand new with tags. And it's a Levi's, because otherwise Levi's, it depends on what it is. Now, this is a Levi's women denim shirt, and I would have picked this up used. But this was, now see, look at this. This was at Kohl's, and it was $44.50 for the manufacturer's suggested retail price. But it went to 80% off at Kohl's. They were just trying to get rid of it, and it sold for $8.90. But it's new with tags, and maybe you could get, maybe I'll get like maybe 29 or something like that. I'd be really happy to try to get 29 out of it. If you could do me a favor and push a thumbs up, I greatly appreciate that too. And like I said, please leave comments. I enjoy the comments. This is Talbot's in a 3X. Like I said, I sell a lot of plus size clothing, sweaters right now, and plus size clothing are selling. I sold some. I had 3 Lands' End, and they were really big and bulky, and I almost didn't purchase them because I thought, oh, you got to, they're really big and bulky, and you got to store them. And the fact is, a customer going to want to pay, priority to, purchase them, because right now if you're selling on eBay, it's like I charge like $8.90 because it's costing like $8.30 for a padded flat rate. Yeah, my price with the eBay discount shipping, and the customer charged like $8.90 because materials and things like that. That's almost $9 just for shipping. All 3 of them I think sold already, and they were listed like they sold within like 2-3 weeks, and they sold for a nice amount, over $20 plus another 10, almost 10, $8.90 for shipping. But on Poshmark, there's the set amount unless you go over 5 pounds. But this is a Talbot's, and those were 3 Lands' End, and I don't pick up very many pieces of Lands' End in the smaller sizes. It really would have to be something spectacular. But in plus size sweaters, they're selling right now. And this is Talbot's. This will be another good brand to sell, especially for plus size. Talbot's and Chico's had kind of been selling a little bit more. I heard other resellers mention it, over the last quite a few months. But I think it could depend on the piece. I have a lot of both listed, and I even have new with tags Talbot sweaters, and they didn't fly off the shelf, but hopefully they'll sell. This I thought was interesting. I haven't seen this. This is an Adidas, but it's a sweater, and it's called Adidas Neo Label, Neo Label, but it's an Adidas. But look, it's super cool. It's a cardigan sweater. I wasn't sure. I went ahead and got that because I thought that was kind of an unusual piece you don't find. Hopefully that will sell for, quite a little bit. This is a Talbot's, and this is nice. It's actually a collared cardigan sweater. And now this is just a cotton one, but it's a size small. But black, I think that, this will sell. And this will be black is a nice staple piece too. Just, as long as it's not really faded. That's the only thing and black I know is a little hard to photograph when you're trying to get detail. And you have to lighten it up, but if you lighten it too much, then it looks like your piece is faded. It's a challenge. Fine line there, But anyhow, I very rarely pick up Banana Republic. Write in the comments if you sell it and how you do with that. But I thought this was an adorable cardigan sweater. I got it for, pink must have been, oh no, this was, I got this for $1. It's only cotton, but it's very thin, and it's a gray animal, animal print, but gray. I just thought this was a really pretty piece, and hopefully that will sell. I do not know. I have sold a couple of the merino wool Banana Republic. Merino wool is a really nice fabric. It's very thin and usually really soft, and it's not picky like regular wool. And a lot of different brands, have merino wool. I thought I'd take a chance on this because I've been trying to pick up more pieces. This I'll list on eBay, probably not Poshmark. LL Bean, but they're, pair of khaki pants. Hopefully they'll sell men's. They're actually a nice pair of pants, and they're like $34.30, kind of on the short side, but hopefully that will sell. The only thing is they have to pay priority shipping on that, because I do charge for shipping on eBay. I don't offer the free shipping. You got to make sure that your piece, if it's a heavy piece, is going to be worth it for the buyer to pay that shipping amount and what they're getting too. You just got to kind of look at that sometimes. I picked these up because I think I picked them up. They were on the floor, or they were somewhere, and I just, was going to pick them up, at the store because they were laying on the floor or something like that. And it ended up being a 2X, and I just thought, okay, I'll just get them. I didn't even look them up. I do not know. Nina Leonard, but it's a pair of like black pull-on, pants. I don't do a lot of pants. But I thought, for $1, and they were a 2X, and they're really actually nice. And I think they kind of like have the false pocket in the rear. And they're actually a nice pair of pants. I'll have to do comps. I don't have a clue on how much that'll be. One thing I don't like about listing pants, especially if it's jeans, and, let me know if this happens with yours. It seems like it happens more at the men's than the women's, but let's say like on those men's pants, they were a $34.30, but if they were jeans, or even them, you go to measure the inseam, and they're not 30, they'll be like 28 or 29 because they shrank. Okay, then do you list in your title that they're still a $34.30, or now should you list them as a $34.28.29? Some people say that you should absolutely list them for what is on the tag and then note it. But then what if somebody's looking for a 34.28 or 29, and they don't click on it because it says 30? And then you're advertising that it's that size. If somebody does need a 30 length, and they really only wear, and they need the 30, but what you have listed is a 20 or 29. I really think you should list it on how it measures, but I don't know. Write in the comments. Good question. But I find that a lot in jeans. They'll shrink on the inseam. And the waist sometimes too. This is a nice piece, I thought, because it's Calvin Klein, and it's just more like a business work office dress. These used to sell really good, no matter what size it was. However, I think that they've went down in price, and also they're not selling as quickly. But this is a size 22. This was worth getting. I don't think it's new with tags. I think this is a thrift shop or thrift store, a different or consignment shop or something store, or an individual thrift store tag. This was new with tags, and it's a 2X. This sold for $28, or that's manufacturer retail price. I don't think this is a very high-end brand, but it's a 2X. And it's really soft. It's a really cute little peasant top, but it's Ophelia Rowe. And I do list that brand in plus size, but I don't think it's a very high-end brand. Well, with plus size clothing, sometimes it's more on the design, feature than it is the brand. There's a lot of brands I sell in plus size clothing that I wouldn't sell in the smaller sizes. This is another soft surroundings. No. No, it's Tyrian Sky. This is another plus size, and I do sell this brand. Same thing. I don't think it's a very high end brand. It might even be like maybe a Myers or something, but it depends on the piece. Tyrian Sky. The reason I picked this up is because puff sleeves are supposed to be trending and bright colors. Now, it's not quite as neon as what is showing on there, but it's really, well, it's kind of like a ruched sleeve, kind of ruches puff sleeve, and I thought maybe that would sell because that's, a feature that was kind of trending. I have some cashmere somewhere. Must be that bag over there. This is new with tags, and it's a chaps. I do sell chaps, especially plus size, and this is a 2X. How awesome is that? Because chaps does sell on plus size, especially right now. The chaps, no iron, or maybe it might say wrinkle resistant. I think most of them are like no iron or non-iron shirts, and if they're like a paisley or a flip cuff option or a print, those have been selling lately around $20, 15 to 25, but around $20. But this is brand new with tags. That's awesome. How much was it new? $65. No wonder this stuff does sell. Even though it's a summer, type material, I will still be listing it. Here is a very nice piece. Vince it depends on what piece you have on to how much it sells for or how often, how quickly. But this is, I think it's a silk, it's cashmere, but I think it's a silk cashmere. It's a wool cashmere, and I did pay the thrift store price for this. And isn't it beautiful? It's kind of like ombre. It did have a little spot, or it does have, and I really think I could get it out because it's barely on there. There's a tiny little spot. But this is Vince, and it depends on the piece that you get as to how much it sells for. But isn't this beautiful? It actually, I think it is. I think this would be a really beautiful sweater to have. Very soft. Makes it look very soft, cozy, feminine looking. This is new with tags. I did, and that was like 12, 13, right? Over $12, I think I did pay the thrift store price, and I paid this too. It was $9.99, almost $10. But this is a 3X Lucky brand. The bigger size Lucky brand does sell, but I took a chance on this because it does sit. It can sit for a little bit, but hopefully that will sell. I just sold another one, and I think it was brand new with tags, but it was a plus size Lucky brand. This I thought was a nice piece. Actually, my thrifting friend that's there on Fridays, she asked me if I wanted it because she usually only picks up stuff that's part of the dollar for the day tag color sale. And this wasn't, but this was only $3.99. I was surprised they had it this low, but it's a Lane Fisher, another brand that's always been a really nice brand to pick up. I have a ton of it listed. It's a little bit more of a mature brand or classic style brand, and I listed on both eBay and Poshmark, but I have been finding it's not been selling as quickly as it used to, but it's still a really nice brand to pick up. This is actually rayon and silk, I think. Rayon and silk, but it's purple velvet. And with the holidays coming up, whether it's used for Christmas or New Year's or something, but that is a very nice Elaine Fisher piece, and I'll be happy to list that. Some Elaine Fisher pieces can sell for a lot of money, especially when you get into like the wool or cashmere. I have a cashmere sweater listed right now, but I do have it listed kind of on the high side because it's a beautiful piece. This is it still hasn't sold yet, but it's only been maybe a couple weeks or a little over that, maybe 3 weeks. I don't think it's been a month. This is a Tubbs, but it's new with tags, and it's a size 16. This will be a good piece. I don't pick up very many button long sleeve shirts when I get to the plus sizes. I just don't think that they sell as quickly. Maybe they're people that are more plus size enjoy just pullovers, but really in general, on most items that you pick up, it seems nowadays most people like pullovers more than the button up. Not that they don't sell depending on the brand, but this is a beautiful color. It's not quite as neon bright as what it shows, on the camera there on the phone, but it's still this is a beautiful piece. I don't think it has any price on it. Oh yeah, it does. It was $59. Okay. Might sell if I was to, especially on eBay. I don't know about on Poshmark. I'll have to check. But You could try to hold out for 39, but it might be around a $29 sale. But let's just, wait and see on that. This I thought was pretty. I think this is a torrid. It is. This is a torrid 3. This would be like a 3X, but it's kind of like a tie-dye, and it's a cardigan, long, kind of a long cardigan. This will sell. And for a minute there, I thought I had another tag. It might be new with tags, but it's a torrid 3. And I'll be looking up the style number and using keywords for the listings. This, awesome find. Awesome find. This is the one that was like probably out of all this, other than that Vince sweater might go for a little bit. And I have a couple more pieces to look at, but this piece here, purple label Ralph Lauren blazer. Beautiful. Now, purple label and black label are the 2 higher labels of Ralph Lauren, and I can't remember which ones. I'll have to look it up because I don't find them that often. I think purple label might be above black label, but I don't know for sure. I'll have to look it up. But if you find this is a purple label, or if you find one that's a black label, they're worth usually more money. But this, let's see what it's made out of. It's dry clean only. It's 100% cashmere, and the lining is 100% silk. Yeah. And that's probably how come those labels, that color labels are worth more, because of the materials that they're using, and probably how they're made. Beautiful purple blazer. Right now, vivid colors are very trending for 2022, going into winter and for winter time. And this is a great piece. I have not looked it up yet. This is the great piece to get, and I only paid, I got it half off, I think. It was $5.99, and I got it for $3. Oh, that is such a great piece. That was just awesome. Here is a nice little, it's a Jones, New York cashmere, and Jones, New York, I do pick up in the plus size, but not usually in the smaller sizes. But this actually is, it says Haley James Exchange, and I don't know if that's a new store or not. I'll have to check that out. If it is, it was $44.99. I don't know if that's new with tags, but for Christmas, this is red. It's got a little bit of sequin on it, and that will sell. This was a nice piece to pick up. I got it half off. Only thing is, you got to make sure, obviously, you got to be checking for holes and things. This is the second other really great piece. I don't find this brand that often, and it always sells very quickly. And it's a great piece or brand, and it depends on the piece as to how much it sells for. But Ariat, and it's Ariat, and this is like a pullover jacket. Oh no, it's a zip-up jacket. I gotta see if it's men or women. It says medium. Actually, it looks like a women's medium. And now it is lifting slightly on the leather there on the arm, but this is a really great brand. It always sells very quickly, and this will be listed on eBay and Poshmark both. And I think that completes the haul for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this and got some valuable information out of it. Once again, if you'd like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that, and leave a comment. And many prosperous sales to you. Thank you.